And welcome back to another episode. So, first of all, there's not going to be a huge bit of updates here at the start of this episode, unlike some other episodes, since there's not actually all that much going for us right now. We do still have the fleet in North Atlantic, which is going to be going to the North Sea jump point, and then heading back to Gulf of Cadiz, and then to Tunis. We do have some stranded fleets in North Pacific. We are sending in a support vessel through Panama and West Coast to go rescue them, at least refuel them and stuff like that. And we might actually send it all the way to Malacca Straits, actually. Because we don't actually produce any fuel there right now. We are going to have to, if we can, build some fishing fleets there, and then we can, because we are orbiting a gas giant there, so we should be able to utilize that. We did gain a little bit money off our trade deals, but we still have pretty bad economic modifier. It was 30-something in the end of previous episodes, so it has improved, just not hugely. And of course, we should be getting, we shouldn't be losing too much money right now, so of course the maintenance supplies production is actually going to go up a fair bit, so yeah, we are going to lose more money soon enough. And we're not in the positive yet. Hopefully we can start plundering some of them ships, that would be rather useful, and of course we can always hope that our smuggling companies actually do something. We have set up all the admin commands and planetary governors and such. So for example, now our survey ship should be working a little bit better, as well as actually I'm not sure if the trade officials overcoming liaisons, aka tools, which is our diplomatic corps basically, since they are too far away from actually to get the bonus, because, well, it happens. And we are trying to bring our colony, or the server vessels back to be overhauled, because they've been out for a long while now. But it is going to be a bit of a problem, especially with some of the ships. Especially with these two, which are... one of them is already out of fuel, and another one is almost out of fuel. We haven't really built any new fleets, but we'll probably try to build a few ships this year, just to be able to spread out a little bit with our fleets. We haven't set up any new colonies yet, but we hope to set up some later this year, or maybe next year. But anyway, I think that's about it for the start of this episode, so I will bring you guys back in just a few moments. We have managed to complete research on improved gunpowder storing, and we have now started research on better sales. France has implemented a blockade of the cities on the western shores of Italy. A war has broken out with the European powers. Both the British and the Dutch have approached us and promised great plunder should we start raiding French and Spanish shipping. We're currently sending in a small fleet to North Atlantic to see if we can find any, because we are in a serious need of some good plunder right now. And that's the end of the year. So we're currently building some ships in Nassau. We're not actually building any ships elsewhere, because we don't actually have the resources all the resources that we need, which is going to be a problem, I presume. In terms of research, we're currently working on getting the better sales, but that's probably going to take at least 1.5 years, maybe more. We're not really building anything out of the ordinary. We're building some orbital mining platforms in Nassau, and then whatever we can elsewhere. Oh, we're actually building a research facility in Palembang, but that's also going to take a long while to be built. In terms of wealth, we did do a fair bit of deficit last year, but we should be getting, with our trade deals, where Ottomans, the Dutch and the British, we should be able to cover most of the losses of this year, but we'll still have a fair bit of problems for the next year. Hopefully we can get some nice plunders next year. Speaking of plunders, we have sent a fleet now towards Atlantic. It will take a while to actually reach there, but we will hopefully raid some Spanish and French shipping going through. In terms of surveying, we haven't actually done much lately. We're still trying to get some of our ships in North Pacific back home. It's going to take a while. Although I'm not actually sure, the ships might be ready to start refueling there already, but oh well. And in terms of Western Mediterranean, we've done a decent bit of survey there, and then American East Coast is almost completed, but that's about it in terms of that. We do not have any civilian mining colonies right now, and we haven't actually set up any new colonies either, because we just don't have the resources doing that right now. In terms of civilian shipping, we have one colony ship and 3 freighters in one of the shipping lines, and one colony ship and 3 freighters in the other one. So it's actually pretty much the copies of each other. They haven't done a huge amount of trading lately, simply because it just takes so long to actually travel from one place to another. If we have a look at one of these colony ships, it still has 180 days to travel to Palembang. Well, 172, but still, it's a long trip. But yeah, next year we hopefully get some plundering going on in the Atlantic and maybe some in Caribbean. We'll try to make sure that we don't get attacked too much at least. But that's about it for this episode. So make sure to check out my links down below in the description. They should be near the bottom. And we'll be seeing you in the next pirate episode. Until then, bye bye.